Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title, on today's video we are taking a look at a recent collaboration between Adidas and Bape for the Superstar 80s. Now before we get into all of that, I want to welcome back any of my returning subscribers, but if you are new around here and this is the first time you're seeing my face or any of my videos, my name is Aiden, and on this channel we do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So do make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure that bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And with all that aside, if we now just go ahead and get into the intro. So before we dive into the video, like we always do, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox. Now, this has to be up there for me as one of the best shoeboxes I've ever seen or ever actually had in person. The only thing that even comes close for me is the Raging Bulls, but genuinely, this box is probably a lot better. The overall shape, weight, and overall design of it is absolutely flawless. I genuinely believe that Adidas went all out with this box. I personally wasn't expecting a box as nice as this when I actually placed my order, but definitely no complaints on my part. If we take a quick look across the top, as you can see, we do have that really nice camo design with the Bape branding inside. Now, for anyone who's not sure what the Bape branding is, we do actually have these gorilla heads. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Bape, but really nice design. And then running through the centre, we do have that Adidas 3-stripe branding with the Superstars logo as well. If we then just take a quick look at the label, which reads Superstar 80s Bape in the off-white FT white gold MT colourway. Really interesting size label. I've never seen anything quite like it. The whole, yeah, I'll just show you. So as you can see on the size label, really interesting. Hopefully the camera is actually going to be able to pick that up. As you can see, this is actually a size 9.5. This isn't a personal pair for myself. This is just something I wanted to do for a review. But if we actually do pop open the top, on the actual inside of the box, we do actually have this really nice marker on the inside. Personally, not sure what this means or what it relates to, so if any of you guys know, do make sure to let me know in the comments. Also, on the inside of the box, we do actually have this really nice tissue paper. And then just underneath that, we have the shoes. So now let's go ahead and jump straight into the review. So not to take up any more of your guys' time, jumping straight into the shoe, starting out with the upper. Now, as you can see on the upper, we do have this really nice polarizing camo print running right the way throughout. Now, according to my research, both the lateral and medial sidewalls are actually decked out in this leather material. I will be completely honest, it's not a leather that I've ever seen personally, or ever felt, I should say. It feels a little bit like plastic.
It's plastic.
Plastic. It's old English vinyl.
I will be completely honest, the quality of the material feels very poor. I know this is a relatively affordable shoe, but genuinely, considering this is a collab and how good and how nice the box was, it was really disappointing in terms of the overall quality. But if we then just continue on with the rest of the upper, starting out with the lateral sidewall, as you can see, we do actually have this asymmetrical star, and just underneath that, we have this really nice gold A Bathing Ape branding. If we then just swing over to the medial side of the shoe, we do see more of that regular feature with the Superstar. We have the Adidas 3-stripe branding. Moving further towards the front end of the shoe, on the front end we do actually have this sail or cream coloured rubber toe cap, or shell toes as I believe a lot of people actually call it. I'll be completely honest, this is the very first pair of Superstars I've ever owned. Can't actually believe I've never owned a pair of these before. But if we then just continue to move further down the shoe, as you can see, we have more of that sail or cream colour to match the toe cap. Interestingly, the actual midsole of the shoe does have this really nice texture into it, which I personally am a big fan of. And then if we switch over to the outsole of the shoe, as you can see, once again, we have more of that cream or sail colour with the traction pattern underneath. I'm not exactly sure what the actual technical term is for this. It's not quite herringbone for me. It genuinely might be, but the traction feels pretty good. The colour's absolutely fine, so absolutely no complaints there. I don't know about anybody else that's watching this video, but I'm getting very strong Ali G vibes from this shoe.
Booyakasha, check this out, yo!
But if we then just move back into the centre of the shoe, in the centre we do actually have these really nice chunky flat white shoelaces. At the bottom of the laces we do actually have that gold Bape lace debris, I believe is the technical term for it. Looks really tacky, but once again kind of leans into that Ali G vibe. But I'm kind of feeling that, and it's one of my favourite things about the shoe, I won't even lie. But as you can see, everything is actually attached to the right shoe. So we have all the tags attached by string. And we do also get an additional set of laces to go along with the fat white laces. Now, both sets of laces do actually have some branding on the lace tips with a bathing ape. I will try and throw up some kind of shots just so you guys can actually see it. If we then just actually take a look at both the right and the left shoe, because they do actually feature this sort of mix and match vibe. So starting with the right shoe, we do have in the centre of the tongue a gold A Bathing Ape branding. Moving inside the shoe, taking a look at the insole, once again we have that A Bathing Ape branding again. And then just to finish up, taking a look at the heel of the shoe, we do have Bape Star. Really nice branding on the right shoe. But if we then take a look at the left shoe, it kind of mixes it up a little bit. So on the left shoe, we do actually have the gold Adidas branding in the centre of the tongue. Moving inside the shoe, we do have that black Adidas branding. And then just to finish up, on the back portion of the shoe, on the heel, we do have that Adidas branding once again. Probably my favourite feature about both shoes is the fact that they do have that mix and match vibe. Adds a lot of detail and a lot of, value for me personally. It's not something that a lot of people are going to notice because of the fact that, it is quite a short tongue. The heel portion is probably going to be covered if you're wearing it with jeans. And most people aren't going to be taking a look at your insoles.
Alrighty then.
But if we then just continue to move in with the shoe, as you can see, we do have this all-white sock liner. The actual sock liner itself is this leather material. The padding is pretty non-existent, I'll be completely honest. It doesn't feel very well padded at all. And I did actually try these out briefly, and they're not very comfortable in my personal opinion. It's not the most comfortable shoe in the world, but it's also not the most uncomfortable either. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I did actually have to go a half size up because that was all that was available at the time. And even though it is a half size up, it doesn't feel too big, but you can definitely tell that there's quite a lot of room at the front end of the shoe. So if I was to give any sizing recommendations, I feel like if you were to go true to size, that would probably be the best outcome for you. But in general, Superstars are so readily available. They're at pretty much every foot site and every shop you could possibly think of. So I'd highly recommend actually trying a pair before buying, before actually investing in this pair. Now, another thing that I do think is actually worth mentioning about this shoe is the inside does have a very distinctive smell. Can't quite put my finger on exactly what that smell is. To me, it kind of smells like nail varnish remover. I'm not sure if it's just because the leather's quite cheap and it's kind of kicking up a stink, but it's just something to bear in mind if you are watching this video and considering picking this one up, or if you already own this shoe. I think you'll probably already know exactly what I mean. Now, that just about covers everything that I feel is worth mentioning about this shoe. So if we now just go ahead and wrap this video up. So just to wrap up this video and give you guys my overall opinion on the shoe itself, in terms of rating, I'm actually going to split this up for the very first time. I've never done this in any of my videos, but for this shoe, I'm going to make a slight exception. So if we just touch on the actual packaging of the shoe itself, so the actual box, design and presentation, 10 out of 10, can't fault it one bit. I do review a lot of shoes on this channel and it genuinely doesn't get better than the box that they've used for this one. The quality is there, the actual design is there, so absolutely can't fault it one bit. But in terms of the actual shoes themselves, I'd probably say maybe a 4 or a 5 at very best. Like I've touched on throughout the video, it's not the most comfortable shoe. The quality of the shoe isn't that good either. And even though I quite like the camo print, when you do get up close, it's not the best aesthetically. So there are so many things about the shoe that definitely could have been improved on. The price point, however, is another plus for this shoe. It is quite affordable. Even on the aftermarket, it's only slightly above retail. So yeah, I think a 4 or a 5 is pretty good. And I think that as an overall score for both the packaging and the shoe, I'm going to give it a solid 6 out of 10. But I'd love to know your guys' opinions as well, so do make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. Did you grab these? Are they a must cop or did you pass on them? Like I say, do make sure to leave all your comments in the comment section below. But if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. Do make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure that bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.